Hi, my name is Charlotte and I'm here today to take you through 7 simple steps for finding the best bargains on eBay. Now, this video is for you if you are either very new to eBay or if you're using eBay but you're simply not finding it easy to get your searches down to something manageable where you can find items that you'd really like to buy. If you are a bit more advanced than that and you think you've nailed that and you want to take your search techniques to the next level, then I have another video on 6 top tips for navigating eBay like a pro, and I think you should go and watch that. But for those of you who just want the basics of how to really use eBay easily and swiftly to look for items that you actually could potentially buy, then you're in the right place, and let's get started. Okay, top tip number 1 is don't use words like the and. I'm going to demonstrate this by so I've done this search for pink orange handbag and we get 2,290 results. If I put in the word orange and, if I put in the word and we rerun the search, then you'll see we only get 36 results. eBay just doesn't like it when you use those kind of words, so avoid them. Top tip number 2, this is that to make things more manageable, choose how you're going to search your results. Now, I generally always search by lowest price because then when I get to the price point where I'm not prepared to pay anymore, then I just stop looking. It might also be useful if you're looking for an item where you want to go and collect it, like say an item of furniture, then you can go for nearest first. Or if you are looking for something urgently, say you need a fancy dress costume for a party you've just been invited to, then you can go to ending soonest. Or if you have just run this search maybe 2 or 3 days ago and you don't want to search through everything, you could search through newly listed just to look through the listings until you get to the stuff you start to recognize. So that's why this little sort bar is really useful. Okay, number 3 on my list is to organize the listings by using this view button here. So you can organize them like this, which is how you can organize them like this, which gives you all the detail to the right and the pictures to the left. I personally find this takes up a lot of space and does a lot of scrolling, so I prefer gallery view, which is like this. And point number 4, check the category that's been selected. So sometimes when you do a search, eBay will automatically sometimes narrow it down to a particular category, and you can see the category here. So if I click in here, all categories is like the broadest category, and then you might jump down a rung to something like clothes, shoes and accessories, and then you might jump down further into women's clothes, shoes and handbags, or women's shoes or something like that. And then even in women's shoes you can go into heels and sandals and things like that. So sometimes there are instances where eBay, I think, goes too deep. So I'll give you an example. If I was to search for a bookcase, okay, because I happen to be wanting to look for a bookcase at the moment. Now, this has jumped down into bookcases, shelving and storage, which you might think is perfect, and it is in many respects, but not if you're after potentially some kind of antique or old bookcase, because you're missing out this category here, which is antiques, where a lot of people might list their bookcases. So if I'm looking for a bookcase and I want it nearby and I want it to be potentially a second-hand older bookcase, I would go to all categories to do my bookcase search. And then I would scroll down the sidebar and go to within 50 miles of my postcode. And then I would search by nearest first. And this would mean that I'm getting all of the bookcases nearby, old and new, and then I'm getting them in order of proximity to my address. Okay? An example of where eBay may go too wide on a search might be, say you put in pink shoes. Let's see what it comes up with then. So if we put in pink shoes, then in all categories, then that's very, very broad. Actually, no, what it's done is it's narrowed it down to heels in women's shoes, but we might be wanting children's shoes. So then you have to click into the clothing, shoes and accessories and look at the other options. So you can see that there are kids' clothes, shoes and accessories. So you would click into that category instead if you were wanting shoes. Although here I haven't unchecked that, so watch out for that. I haven't unchecked my 50 miles from Maidstone category. So yeah, check your category, check what eBay has done and see if you want to narrow it down in a different fashion or broaden it out. Now, onto my 5th category, use the sidebar. I've just demonstrated a bit of how you can do that. Yeah, you can search by brand, you can search by country, you can search by condition. I use this a lot to search for pre-loved items. And you can, like I just demonstrated, search for things that are close to your house. A great tip here is that if you're looking for something and you don't quite know how much you should pay for it, you can always search for completed listings and have a little nosy at what people have paid for these items in the past, and that will give you a good idea of what you should pay for it going forward. Right, tip number 6 is save your search. So say you have, let's say you have looked for bookcase and you've done it, search for that, and then you've done it in all categories like we talked about. Oh, it's so slow. And then you have narrowed it down to used, and you have narrowed it down to location. Let's narrow it down to, when we narrowed it down by height here even, by accident. And now we've narrowed it down to within 50 miles of our thing. Now I'm going to take off that height thing because I think often people don't fill out those details as much as they should do. Oh, hang on. That's not good. That's giving me gazillions of listings. Why is that? All categories. Why have we got so many listings? Here we go. We want used. That's why. Right. So, 2,000 bookcases. So say you look through all of this and you don't find the right one. Very annoying, but it does happen. Then save this search. You just have to click on this button here and you can receive email alerts when you get a new search coming, when you get new items coming through. Or you can even, when you arrive on the website, you can go into it. So you can go into My eBay and go into saved searches. And I've got a whole load of saved searches in here. Look, so bookcase used 50 miles from my postcode, view items. Just click on that and it will bring up all of the latest search results for you. So you never have to do the search again. Brilliant. Okay, last point is add items to your wish list. So say I decide that this little bookcase here is just perfect for me and I'm going to wait and bid on it. Then I would go to add to watch list, this little tab here, and this adds this to my watch list. And then if you go into My eBay up here in the top right, scroll down to your watch list, then so it seems to have gone in there already, but scroll down here, click on watch list, then you get this lovely little list of all of the things that you are watching. As you'll see, lots of clothes, handbags, bookcases, because I want a bookcase at the moment. And then eBay will send you lovely little reminders that tell you when things are running out. And if you've bid on anything, then it will give you more reminders than you would expect if you haven't bid on it. So that is my roundup of 7 sort of how to use eBay steps. So that's all for today. I hope you found that useful. So that's all for today. I hope you found that useful and that it's helped simplify eBay a little bit for you. If you now want to hone your skills further, then please head over to my 6 top tips for navigating eBay like a pro video, where you'll find some more advanced techniques for really honing your searches. And otherwise, just happy hunting on eBay. I hope you find some great stuff. Thank you.